like walking across and then it started to swim across. And it was really big too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really big sucker.
I got a couple cool videos on the drone with the bear at the river there.
Mm-hmm.
He was like sneaking along the ledge, and I got this great clip of him like trying to balance on a log.
Yeah.
And he kept like slipping off. Just thought he was being sneaky, trying to grab some fish.
Try to sneak up to us.
Yeah.
You guys' phones are on silent.
Oh, right.
Yeah. If your
There was
phone goes off,
There was a
donuts
vibrate
and
last
coffee
time
on you.
too. Make it tradition. We'll make you dance on camera.
Yeah, I thought me and Gail were pretty good at not swearing.
So you'll play it back and then be like, oh.
Our fishing, the fishing one is a little different. I don't know how many F-bombs I dropped. So Ed, we're setting the net. So Cam and Kate are on the sandbar, and me and Gail go out. So I'm watching the net, and Gail's, got the boat going out, and so there's Reg going nuts like we've never fished before. Do this, go that way, What? And we're like, what the hell, Reg? While they're filming, and so we get to the end, and Reg's saying, throw out the anchor. So I have the long ropes coming, and we get to the end of the rope, and I'm holding on. It's not a fucking anchor. It's rope, and Gail's like, what? And I'm like holding it. And then the anchor's over here, so Gail has to hold the net, drive the boat. She's got the metal thing in her other hand, so I can go grab the anchor and tie the anchor.
Oh my
He had
God.
the anchor tied to the wrong friggin' net. Jesus.
Oh my
Like,
God.
So much for not swearing. That whole thing was...
Of course, all this happens when on the time you're fishing, when you're
Always.
on camera
Always.
too, right?
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I was like, it's okay. We'll use the video, no audio. It'll make you guys look like professionals. No one will know the anchor's not on properly. I'll take that. Yeah. I think we're ready if you guys are ready.
Yep. You guys ready? Gotta go me, get your mile.
Get you guys back. So
Shake it all off.
We'll just start by...
Ed and the girls, take one. A and B mark.
So how we're going to start is just you introducing yourselves, and if you want to say it again, you can, that's fine. Doesn't mean you have to get it and that's it. So I don't know if Eddie, if you want to start, and then the girls can introduce themselves.
Sure. Uklama Nasimius. My given name is Edward Ross. My Nasimius name means walking on the beach at daybreak. I share that with my father, Daryl.
So one of you can introduce yourself.
Uklama Mia de Gras. Uklama Emesa de Gras. And my channel name is Yachatis, and it means little shark eyes.
Nice.
So there you go. So you can go Mia. My name is short for Mi'at, meaning sockeye salmon. And then your Klechwekis name, little smiley one.
Yeah. So yeah, if you wanted to share that, what your dad said, and just share and tell us that background to your name.
Uklama Mia, short for Mi'at, and means sockeye in our language. And my new channel's name is Klechwekis. It's for little smiley face.
Okay. Say it one more time.
Klechwekis.
Okay. So say the whole, what you just told us. Can you say it one more time so we'll get one whole shot?
Uklama Mia de Gras. Mia short for Mi'at, means sockeye in our language. And my new channel name is Klechwekis, means little smiley face.
Awesome. Thank you. And did you want to do yours again and add a little extra about your name too?
Sure. Uklama Inissa de Cross and Inissa. It's supposed to have a back H at the end, and it means wished for. And my new channel name is Yacha'is, which means little shark eyes.
Awesome. So yeah, we just wanted you to share a little bit about your fishing, that you bring your girls out fishing, and even if you wherever you wanted to start, if you wanted to talk about the importance of fishing to you, since you've been fishing all your life, and where that came from, and just connections to what what you feel like when you're out on the water, and and being part of this, this part of our culture, keeping that alive. If you wanted to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I would actually.
Sorry, just one sec. That's pretty loud.
Oh, okay.
Motorcycle.
Motorcycles.
While we're waiting, can I get you to just scooch this way, like a little bit? There we go.
I like your shirt.
Do you guys have water?
I have power.
Good.
I'm good.
Sure. Thank you.
Alright, yeah, we're good.
We're good. Okay. Yeah. So if you wanted to just, why did you start fishing? Where that came from? A little bit of background.
So just before we start, I would love to call in this a spirit of this feeling. Share a song composed by George Watson, late Hudson, and it really captures what this river means to us, and the gratefulness he felt as he walked down River Road looking at our river. And I think it really focuses on like how we all feel about this river. And I just really want to call in that energy, so we're immersed in that energy and that spirit. And the song talks about the rivers in my heart pumping like blood through the body deep into my soul. And the rivers in my heart. So it says that over again. So it's just a real deep meaning, this river. So I just want to share that song first. This song's shared actually all over. Our kids dance it at Hahopai school in their animal kingdom. So it's a real beautiful, powerful song. Again, I just want to give thanks to George for bringing that song to life and really encompassing how Sishot feels about this river. There's many times, you know, where we walk down this river along River Road and just feel that gratefulness, you know, sharing moments with your kids on the water and creating those beautiful memories and those connections again. And it's beautiful what this river does for us.
Why is it important for you to bring your children out on the water, bring your girls out? Why was that important for you to have them involved in fishing with you?
When my father brought me out, you know, I was a scared young man before and a little boy actually. And I remember going out into the water and, you know, as I look back at it now, you know, getting over fears and stuff like that. Like go with my dad would make me feel safe. And eventually we would go farther and farther into the inlet, and you know, after you overcome those fears of doing something that it was ingrained in me that I wanted to fish, no matter how scared I was of the water or what, I wanted to be there. And my dad always made that a safe place. He always made me feel really safe. And after getting over that hump, you know, just sitting there with my father out on the water, you know, after, you know, setting the net, and, you know, we'd have our chocolate bars and have our drink, and we'd be sitting there on a glass night where there's no wind. You can see the stars on the water, and just, you know, bonding and talking, or just sitting in silence and just enjoying the moment with each other. And then, you know, even on the worst days of fishing, you know, spending those days with my father is what really means the world to me. And so it's passing on that, not only going out and, you know, overcoming those fears and my dad actually teaching me how to fish and stuff like that, and being able to provide and all that. It's again passing it down to my daughters, and, you know, those aspects of, you know, gratefulness for what these spirits do for us, and not only nourishing our bodies but helping us economically, and learning a balance between economic and not killing it. So, but bonding with my father is why I wanted to pass it down to my girls. Not just the knowledge, but just being able to connect with them through experiences.
So what is it like to be on the water with your dad? Share an experience. Share a story.
I don't know. A lot of when I go out with him, when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing, and it just feels good that he's teaching me, and he makes me feel safe and not like ashamed of not knowing what to do out there. He just helps me learn.
It's a memory or wait. I really like going out with my dad because when we're fishing, we're not just fishing, like we're having a good time, and he's like also teaching me at the same time, and we also catch lots of fish.
That's great. Yeah. What does it feel like to you at being a father bringing his girls out? I mean, when me and Gail were talking about how it used to be very male-centered, like it was very gendered with the roles around fishing. And over the years, we've seen more young girls, like your daughters, more women going out on the water, girls and women. What does it feel like for you to bring your girls out? That you're teaching them this.
For my girls, I want my girls to. They're human beings. For me, it's not about genders. They're human beings, and that they're capable of doing this. And I think barriers and social norms are changing big time, And whereas, you know, women had a place in the kitchen and and raising kids, and that was their only thing. And that's the way it was. It was male dominant, like you were just saying. And it's not like that anymore. You're allowed to feel, you're allowed to go after what you feel, what's good inside of you. And that's what I want my daughters to learn, is go after what's inside of you and what you're passionate about, and don't let anybody stand in your way. And you know, I was actually just really remembering one of the very first times that I was just so proud of my daughters. It was actually at this beach right over there, when they were fighting their first spring salmon on a line, and it was Anissa, and just watching the excitement and her sister cheering her on, and it was probably a good half hour, 45 minutes of fighting, and she pulled this massive, it must have been a 25-pound spring salmon, bigger than her at the time almost, I would say. And but it was teamwork. They were both, Mia was cheering her on, Anissa was fighting, but just as a father, just being able to witness that, it was just amazing. You know, I helped just a little bit, but just believing in them that they could do that. And I think that's where it started. And now I can't get them out of the water. They love fishing. They love going out, and they do their own thing. Like when I was their age, I used to go out, and I used to love going out rod fishing. And then my father started bringing me out with a net out into the mouth of the river, then into the inlet.
That's pretty awesome. How old were you when you started fishing? Do you remember?
I'm not sure.
Probably before they could even remember anything. They were pretty
quite
young.
A few years.
Yeah.
And how old are you girls now?
13, turning 14 on September 2nd.
Yeah, it's always been in their blood ever since they were small, and even if they didn't know it was in their blood, they were definitely involved. Even when they were in Nanaimo in the NIC unit, they were with their mom. I had to go out for a couple days to come back and do some spring fishing to provide. And that's one of the times I was super grateful. You know, me and Joss were in a little bit of a bind, and being over in Nanaimo for a couple weeks, and coming back, and the river and the Chinook really helping us out.
Do you guys go out for both sockeye too? You fish for sockeye?
Yeah. We'll fish for anything. Like we'll go out, and we'll go out economically. We'll go out for the community. We'll do all of that stuff. It's just being on the water, and you know, the food. It connects us. It's more than even just economic. It's being able to help and nourish people, and we're very, very fortunate to have this river coming through our territory, to be able to do that, to give that opportunity. And I would love to see it at that again one day. And what I mean by that is, you know, we have many people out there that are, you know, in hard places, and there's no reason why we can't take a few of these fish to, you know, have a community can offer or something like that, and, you know, put 1,000 fish aside where we do, you know, 2,000 cases of sockeye, and we just have that for our people. There's no reason why that can't be. And we just gotta, you know, our priorities and stuff like that, we just gotta make them a priority.
It was really nice when you folks were singing the other night in June when we were by. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like how important it is to get together as a family and to share songs?
Oh, it's so important.
Oh, sorry. Could you just say the whole thing? Because there's not going to be context. So like, it's really important to sing songs as a family.
Yeah, to say that rather than answering his question.
It's so important for us to gather as a family, not only through song and dance, but through coming together to even to process salmon and stuff like that. It's important because it allows me to introduce my kids to grandma and grandpa and auntie and uncle, and to be able to not just be so formal, but to actually to play and tease and come out of your shell a little bit, and creating safe places like that for our kids and our family to come together to be able to just be a family, to share good memories. We don't realize how much medicine we are to each other, just to sit, and you never know what that song might mean to somebody, or just sitting next to somebody and just sharing a moment with somebody. You don't know what that means. You leave feeling lighter, and our people knew that a long time ago, and I think that's why we partied so much. We would go out and we would harvest and stuff all year, and then 7 months out of the year we would just party and give it all away. And that's the way we are. We were as people, and we are still as people. But it's so important. It's who we are, as we gather and we lift each other up.
What do you? There's so many changes that are happening now, and Gail had mentioned them. The invasive algae in the water, the crayfish that we're seeing in the water, and invasive frogs, and all of these changes. And I mean, we're going to see the impact on our salmon too. I mean, we were very fortunate that we had a really good sockeye run this year, but it's so unpredictable. We never know year to year. What goes through your mind about these changes? I mean, can you ever see a world living without salmon?
I honestly, so first off, I really, a long time ago, our TV was the world, was the water, it was the trees, it was watching the bears, it was being with each other. And now our TVs are our TV and our phone screens and our workplaces, and we rarely take time to recognize things. You can ask the people that are close to the river about the algae and the invasive things, but if you ask somebody not even too much farther, ask them about it, they wouldn't know or anything of it. What I'm getting at is that we're becoming less observant, and as part of the leadership for our nation, and it's we have a lot of people doing some really great things, but there's always something better that we can do. And one thing that is being present, and one thing is asking the questions about our river. And one of the we've raised that question with DFO, and they didn't even really actually know. And there's a lot of speculation of what it could be. And one of the big things is that it's the farms up top that are dumping their fertilizer. Their runoff is running into the water, and it's feeding the algae, and that's why it's creeping from the inlet up and not going down into the inlet. So it's something that's up top that's feeding us, and our leadership needs to be on that, and they need to question and start coming up with regulations, and we need to start empowering our people. We're getting there. We have guardians on our water now that are watching and testing and stuff now, so that's a huge step. But it's our duty as Sishot to be able to watch. It's just because they're paid and it's their job. It's not just their job. It's all of our job to make sure and talk about these things. And again, gatherings bring that. We come together and you say, man, do you know what, that algae is really creeping up this way, and then the talking starts happening, and then something maybe will get done. But it's in those gatherings, those communal gatherings and those family gatherings that those happen, where you bring your observations in together. And just like our strengthening our sockeye run, like we take. But as a Sishot, are you giving back? In what sense are you giving back to the, I'm not even going to say the community, but to the earth? What are we doing? Are we like, we have so many tributaries that are that were decimated by logging. Why aren't we having our own people looking at and reassessing those tributaries and those lake systems? Are they savable? Can we save those lakes again to strengthen our sockeye again? You know, we have no prediction of what the future will bring, because we have no control over what the outside world is doing. All we have is the power of what we can do in our own community and strengthen that. So, you know, colonialism has really made us fall back on federal stuff, and they dictate where the money comes. They dictate what we focus on, and we need to stop that. We need to start taking accountability, whether it be through fishing, whether it be through taking back our kids that are in care, or you know, like the fires, for example. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't have our own fire crew on that right now, because you know who were the first people to know were the Port Albernians and our nation, and we need to empower our people to be able to look after our territory. And we would have had people there like that, whereas, you know, now it's like they're putting out bids and all that kind of stuff, and they'll keep their fire crews grounded, and they won't go and do it unless they get the contract, and it's too political. Whereas us First Nations, I mean, it's in our DNA to look after and steward our territory, to make sure that me and Anissa's kids will have something to look after. But we have to show them how to look after it. And that's what, you know, going out and sharing, you know, going out on the water and even taking part in salmon ceremonies and stuff like that, and showing that gratefulness that everything has a spirit, and everything should be treated as so, and not just something. It's something that is of value and is meant to be loved.
You mentioned the fires. What was it like here? Were you scared? What was the community like when the fires came by?
Honestly, like when the fires first started happening, they are definitely scary. They're scary that we know that it can turn bad really quick, and that's why time is of the essence, and that's why, again, we need to empower our people to be able, because again, our people, if they had the equipment and they had the little bit of training that the training that they need, they could be the first ones on the ground and the first ones to attack it, and it might have not gotten that far. And the processes, the policies, all that kind of stuff, it's all money driven, and where it's doesn't need to be that way. I know our people would be the first to react. Like, there was a few small fires here on our just in our backyard, and our Whitwalk were the first ones there. And again, and it was just off the road. Like, if they had the gear and they could have done something right there, but we had to wait for the fire department to go through their process, and you know, by then it was an hour and a half for them to come through, whereas our people were right there, and they know the ways in and out of the reserves and Port Alberni, and that's crucial. So we need to start empowering our people again, because we're the stewards. It's in our DNA. This place is where we're going to live, and I think that's the difference between Mamatli, our visitors that are here, is that their job is here, whereas Sishad is here. If the jobs dried up, we would still be here. If they decimated things, we would still be here. We would fix it to make sure to make it work again. We wouldn't just leave. It's just, this is who we are as people. This land is who we are. The Somas is in our blood. It's in our blood because the sockeye swim up this river. They're in this energy. We consume that energy, then it becomes us. Elders used to always say that our girls are so beautiful. They're a representation of our territory. If your territory stays beautiful, your women are going to be beautiful. But take care of it, and take care of the women. And that's what they said. That's what they always told us. And also another big one that really stands with me is never forget sitting there in our New Chalmers studies with late Kathy Robinson and Caroline Little and a few other ladies that I can't remember. And I remember sitting there. It was me, Ty, and Corey Robinson. And when we were dominated by a girls' class, and I remember sitting there, and Grandma's looking at us, and she's going through a teaching. We just finished hearing a legend, and she goes, "It's going to be the women that are going to save us." And I remember all the girls giggling away and pointing at us, and then Grandma Carrie looks at the girls and she goes, "But you guys will need each other. You'll need your protectors to protect you to get through this. You guys will need each other." But it's the women that are gonna they hold the knowledge, and they have something about them that they the fine details of things. And anything that I do is a testament to that, because anything that I do in anything, I'm always talking to my mom, my grandmother, my daughter. Like they see things and get things that I miss, but together we can cover a lot. So it just shows the teamwork that we need to come together and realize that our work is both of equal value, and we bring when we're together we're stronger.
What else should we ask the girls to get a couple more statements from them?
What's the biggest fish you ever caught?
Probably the one that I caught over there jigging, the 25-pound spring salmon.
What was the one we caught the other day? How much do you think that was?
25-pound spring.
It was probably about 20-25 pounds too.
So in this, I'm going to ask you to say it again, but say the biggest fish I caught, and then say that.
The biggest fish that I ever caught was the 25-pound spring.
How big would you say?
Like that.
You probably
Keep
need more
going.
arm, probably. Yeah, it was like probably like that big. It was fat. I remember it plopping out of the water, and I was just,
Mia
holy
scooped it up.
crap.
Yeah, I scooped it up.
Like how?
And I picked it up in a net.
But like how?
How'd you scoop it?
I don't know. It was just like almost in. I just
Did you
grabbed
have-
the net and
Oh, with the net.
yeah.
Yeah, she had a net scoop. And again, that's the net scoop for if you're an angler or a sports fisherman. That's like that's so key. And it took me everything to not grab that net and try to scoop it for her. I really just had to be like, okay, I gotta believe in my daughter that she can do this. And oh my God, just watching them and you know, Nissa talking to her and Mia just ready to scoop it, and I was just holding my breath. I'm like, please don't snap off that line. But she frickin' scooped it up, and she just had this big smile, and it was just like they just conquered something, right? It was just a huge moment.
So I'm going to ask Mia to say it again, but you're going to do the same. You're going to say the whole thing. Like, I got the scoop net, and I scooped it up, and that's how I got it out of the water.
I grabbed the net and I scooped it out of the water for Nessa.
So say it again and say that it's a scoop net. You grab it. It's called a scoop net, right?
It's a dip net.
Or dip net.
Yeah.
Then you grab the dip net and then you scoop the.
I grabbed the dip net and I scooped the fish out of the water.
Because we can put that together, and then Ed saying how he wanted to let the girls just
Totally.
do it on their own.
We'll be able to come
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, I actually got
There you go.
That's what we need.
Or any videos of it, right?
Yeah, I think I got pictures, and I actually got a couple pictures. I got one of Anissa's catch too. She's got like 10 or 12 sockeye on her back through a rope, and she's walking out with her catch. I got that one also.
Awesome. When we started and they shared about what it meant for them to fish, the audio was good on that?
Was that in the very beginning?
Right in the beginning?
Yeah, like the audio's been fine.
Has
Their
it?
labs are good.
Okay.
It's just like
Turn down.
when big trucks pass by, it's a little,
It gets a little-
can't do anything with that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the audio.
We
was
don't
good.
need them to say that over again?
No, they sound fine.
They sounded good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What do you think?
Like the only thing I would really want to touch base on is the direction we are going as Sishat, and the importance of taking our power back as stewards again, and not relying on the federal government, who has other interests in helping people financially, people in higher statuses, I guess you would call them. And whereas, our own people, like again, I can count on one hand how many of our fishermen were out on the water when we first started this economic opportunity fishery in '93. And it was myself and my father, my late grandfather, Dave Watts, Wes Gus, and late Don Lambert. But that's just as when the ball started rolling. It was not that many of us out there, and now today we're over 200 people, and it's an eye opener, because we're getting advanced and we're getting bigger and better equipment, and that we can hurt our run if we don't take care of it. So we need to start implementing our own traditional laws into governing our river, to make sure that our kids are taken care of. And we need our people to stand behind our governance to make sure that our fish are taken care of and our people are taken care of. So again, we need to start empowering our own people to look after our territory, and we need to start implementing restorative justice tactics to make sure people are that there's consequence to disrespecting the resource. So, and if we do that, and if we can show the government that we can take care of that, they're going to be like, well, what is our point here? They're taking care of it themselves, so let them take care of it. And that's where we want to get to, is people backing off and letting us take care of our own resource. But we need to get there by again, coming together and gathering and talking about this, and really taking the economics out of it. And we all want to be rich and have a lot of money, but at what cost? Not at decimating our sockeye run. So there's some work to do, but we're definitely have steps in the right direction to get there.
Anything you girls want to say before we end? You did a great job.
How much do you
Thank
like
you.
salmon?
To eat it?
Yeah, do you like to eat salmon?
Yeah. I like sockeye the most, but I like springs when they're like upsqueak or like half smoked.
Pesto, you guys like pesto salmon?
Nice.
Out of all the salmon I've eaten in my life, I'm sorry to cut this, but pesto salmon is the best way I've ever eaten it.
What about you, Ken?
I really like pesto salmon. Like sockeye the most.
And Thank you. And that's a wrap.
Awesome.
What do I do with this contraption?
She'll come and grab it.
Okay.
Inessa.
Wished for in our language. Her grandpa named her.
INNISA, right?
Your lab's right before you guys get up. You could just like pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
And then Mia, short for Mia. Yep. So Daryl is at
Yeah, of course, right.
yeah. And we interviewed them last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
My Kino crew.
God, I was watching the Asians. I was just watching the Asians smacking their machines around and stuff, and just drinking my Pepsi, watching them
Doing your voodoo.
doing their voodoo stuff. Man, it's just, it's funny. It's cool to watch them and watch it all. And they spend like $20 a spin. I was just amazed in that. Just like how much they go through. Like just hundreds after hundreds after hundreds. I'm just like, holy. In like minutes.